How to deal with women who hate men. This may be the shortest YouTube video that I've ever made. How do you deal with women who hate men? Females who practice misandry? You stay the hell away from them. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Nah, I'm just kidding. There's more to it than that, but my advice about staying away from them is solid. The problem with staying away from a man-hater is sometimes they are difficult to identify until it's too late. Ironically, these type of women do not want to be stayed away from. They love confrontation because they know 9 times out of 10 that society will take their side. I remember when the feminazis, that's what I call certain women, feminazis, the feminists. But anyway, I remember when the feminazis were trying to get New York to pass a catcalling bill into law. This meant that if you even complimented a woman, she could call the police and claim that you were harassing her. I was going back and forth with some chick on Facebook when this was happening. She was a self-proclaimed feminist who agreed with this becoming the law of the land. I suggested to her that men not even speak to women and just avoid them at all costs. I mean, problem solved, right? Wrong. This seemed to upset her even more. Let me rewind that. She wanted men to leave women alone, so I suggested that men leave women alone, and she got mad. What type of twisted logic is that? It isn't logical. That's why I will always say men deal with logic and women deal from emotions, the yin and the yang of genders. And here's the thing, it was never even about trying to stop street harassment. For women like her, it's always been about trying to control men. I truly believe that the feminist movement has never been about equality for women, but for revenge and having the power to hurt men. I agree with equal pay for women to be treated fairly, and sexual harassment is a big no-no in my book. Fuck Harvey Weinstein. But to just want the power to destroy a man's life unless he bows down to your command is hogwash. As a seasoned player, I can spot a man-hater from a mile away. No matter how hard she tries to hide it, I can always see straight through that veil of narcissism. And since some of my young players can't, here are some tips and warning signs. And let me say this first. I dislike all feminists, but a black feminist, they take the cake. They are the worst of the bunch because they get nothing out of the feminist movement except for the pleasure of being lapdogs for white feminists. And let me keep it real, black feminists don't even care about black women. All they care about is access to white men and gay women, period. And they also hate black men with a passion. These bad wenches will blame black men for anything. If the weather is too hot, it's the black man's fault. If unemployment is high, it's the black man's fault. I don't care what or who else did it, eventually they will somehow bring the blame back to black men. Then you have those, I'm not a man-hater, I'm just a conscious sister. That's why I criticize men, like actress Amanda Seales. She is good at playing this role. She will literally try to tear men down, then at the same time claim that she just wants to see us do better. And she will keep a straight face while doing it. Case in point, about a year ago, she went on The Breakfast Club in the heart of the Me Too movement and claimed some guy she was considering dating made her feel uncomfortable over the phone. And that afterward, a few unnamed friends of hers who also knew him co-signed his problematic behavior. Without any solid proof, this clown tried to Me Too that man and ruin his life. She never said his name, but by the hints she gave, people were smart enough to figure out who it was. That poor brother felt so pressured that he had to come out publicly and defend himself. I'm telling you, women like her get off on that shit. Luckily, she received pushback from social media for her fuckery, and dude was able to clear his good name. Always look out for these bitter bitches. Hurt people like to hurt people. If she is always posting or tweeting about how men do her wrong or that men aren't shit, run for the hills. But some of you won't because you're just as broken inside and have that Captain Save-A-Ho gene in your DNA. I'll go deeper into that at another time and place. If she's controlling, that's a red flag. If she goes on and on about what she wants and expects, beware. There's a big difference in expressing how you feel about things and barking out orders like a drill sergeant. Also, if you start kicking it with a broad and she has nothing to say positive about any man in her life, including her father, keep it moving, bucko. She is a man-hater. I don't know the true reason these women grow up hating men, There could be a multitude of reasons, from early childhood trauma to bitterness from a gang of failed relationships. But what I do know is when you come across someone like this, turn around and walk away. She is not worth pursuing. There's no saving her. She is an emotional terrorist, and players don't negotiate with terrorists. Why? There's no upside to it. I hope this helps you spot women who hate men and stay far away from them. If you guys are ready to take it to the next level and learn more, download my free ebook, 7 Ways to Attract Women, and get on my list for weekly tips to help you along the way. The link is down at the bottom right there. And also, click the YouTube subscribe button, hit the like button, then hit the little bell to be notified for my next video. I drop videos on Thursdays and Saturdays every week. 2 videos a week. Play on, players.